Hello, good morning. I did a video, 3-4 days ago, and I wasn't intending to do another one for a while. But in the last 3-4 days, things are getting quite unbelievable, really. Now, once upon a time, there was a referendum called by a Prime Minister who could have had one on hanging, corporal punishment, or whatever. But he decided that in order to keep his party together, more than anything else, keep at bay, we better have a referendum. And it went wrong for him, the party, and probably the country as well. So he did a bunk within an hour or two. Now, there was glory and joyous celebrations in the Eurosceptic camp. David Davis said at the time, "We will have the biggest trading agreement with the rest of the world ever, bigger than the EU. Liam Fox said towards the end of 2016, this will be the easiest trading agreement in history that we can make with the EU. Europeans will be desperate for our cars, our cheese, our wine, on and on and on." It was great days. The Eurosceptics, after 40 odd years, had got their way. But negotiations proved otherwise. And by the end of the year, a transition period was required. And they started talking of 2 years. 2 years will nowhere be near enough. It's going to be more like 4-5 years, in my judgment. This is a big, big issue that we are dealing with. Now, the EU have said, okay, if you want longer than 2 years, fine. Fine by us. They're not in any hurry. It's not their problem. It's not their issue. So today, I think a few hours after this video, David Davis is going to talk about what we, the UK, wants out of the transition period. Tell him it's going to be waffle. I have a fair idea what he's going to say. Things will remain almost the same as they are now within the European Union for the next 2 years. Hang on a minute, that's what Hammond said out in Davos. And he was mortified and vilified by so many people on the Eurosceptic side, even to the extent that number 10 Downing Street had to disown what he said, saying that he went a bit too far. Yes, there will be changes, but it's not fair to say that there are going to be little changes, minor changes. But more than that, other things have happened in the last few days. David Davis went to meet the EU committee chaired by Hilary Benn. And he was asked about these issues, about how easy it would be to have a trade deal. Oh, that was then, he said. Now I've changed my mind. I know I found out differently. And then he was asked, well, what's going to happen in terms of a vote in Parliament on the final deal? Oh, we might not have finished the final deal by the end of 2018. So Parliament may not be even voting on the final deal. Now, I have observed in the last few days that Davis, Fox and Gove are saying something similar. And the something similar is, we are leaving March 2019. We are going to be more or less where we are now. Nothing much is going to change. We'll accept the free movement. We'll accept the European Court of Justice All those things. I don't know what Rees-Mogg and his crowd are going to do. But we will have left. And I think that's all their target is, leaving. And then they will leave the mess, the sorting out, the new agreements, the new trade agreements, to the next parliament and the next government. All they want to do, and people just can't see it, and I don't understand why, all they want to do is to somehow keep the Tory party united. Get out of this mess. It was not supposed to be this way. The vote went wrong. Cameron mucked it up, and they have no idea how to get out of it. So what's going to happen is, we're going to find in 2 or 3 years' time, nothing's changed. Maybe the name on the label has changed, that we're outside. That means nothing else. Well, it does in many other ways. I think our influence in the world, I think our importance in the world, I think the way other countries look on Britain, and you can see that already. You know, Mrs. May went to the United Nations and the assembly room was empty. Empty. To listen to her speech. I read the other day that when she was in Davos, the room was half empty then as well. We do not matter if we leave the European Union. America is interested in us because not just a special relationship, but we were the door, their link into Europe. Leave it, the Americans will bypass us, and it doesn't matter what Trump says. You know, he's got a very limited vocabulary, hasn't he? You know, I mean, it's great, tremendous. These are the sort of words he says. He says at the moment, we're going to have a tremendous trade deal. What does that mean? What on earth does that mean? Anyway, look, we'll listen to Davies later today. It'll be waffle. It'll be same as usual. He'll try and keep everybody together, but they're floundering. They are floundering. They have reached the edge of the cliff, and they're frightened. And they try to find a way out of it, try to find a way to stop jumping over. And they try to find a way to keep all the Leave voters content. They'll never manage it. They'll never, ever manage it. Anyway, we leave it like that today, yes? Okay, cheers.